Hey, Ravens fan, can you imagine seeing Lamar Jackson, our quarterback, losing his cool right after a win? Well, that's exactly what happened. And who was in his sights? None other than Marlon Humphrey. After the game against the Cowboys, when everything seemed calm, Lamar snapped and wasn't happy with what was going on. In this video, I'll give you all the details about this outburst, what made our QB so upset, and how this could impact the team moving forward. Stick around until the end to understand it all. Go Ravens! After starting the season with 2 losses, the Ravens finally breathed a sigh of relief with a tight victory over the Cowboys. Led by Lamar Jackson, the team seemed to dominate the game, building a 28-6 lead by the end of the third quarter. However, the Dallas team responded with an impressive 19-point run, making the end of the game more dramatic than expected. Even so, the final score of 28-25 secured the first win of the season for Baltimore, breaking the losing streak. Despite the victory, the outcome left a bittersweet taste. The dominance during the first 3 quarters was followed by a drop in performance, something that, although it didn't cost the game, exposed some worrying flaws. For a team with playoff ambitions, this fluctuation could be a red flag. Lamar Jackson, always focused on keeping the team performing at its best, didn't let this go unnoticed, and his post-game reactions reflected this feeling of dissatisfaction. Even with the win, Lamar Jackson's discontent was evident right after the final whistle, and it was on social media that he chose to publicly express his frustration, criticizing the behavior of one of his teammates. But what happened to make Jackson so upset? After the game, Marlon Humphrey decided to go live on Instagram directly from the team's plane, giving fans a behind-the-scenes look at the squad. When Humphrey asked Lamar Jackson to comment on the victory, expecting a celebration, the quarterback surprised him with a very different response. Instead of celebratory words, Lamar criticized Humphrey for being live, saying, "You shouldn't even be doing a live right now. We need to focus better." The message was clear. For Jackson, the team's focus should be on improving, not on social media. This reaction might seem harsh, but it reflects Jackson's serious and focused mindset. Despite securing the first win of the season, he was bothered by the way the team finished the game. For the quarterback, the defense's performance in the last quarter, allowing 19 points, was unacceptable, and he felt that attention should be on fixing those mistakes. The live, at a time that could have been for relaxation and celebration, served as a reminder for Jackson that the team wasn't at the level it should be. Additionally, Jackson took the opportunity to make a more direct jab at Humphrey, reminding him of a missed interception during the game. This comment, although made in a more playful tone, reflected the quarterback's frustration with the team's inconsistency. Lamar's critique shows that, for him, even in victories, there's always room for improvement. But this jab sparked another exchange between the 2 teammates, going beyond a simple criticism. Despite showing his frustration with Marlon Humphrey's live, Lamar Jackson didn't miss the chance to joke with his teammate. During the stream, he brought up a play where Humphrey missed an interception that could have sealed the game. Remember when they posted, "Marlon intercepts Lamar 4 times in practice, and then in the game you let them drop?" Jackson said in a teasing tone. Humphrey tried to defend himself by saying there was a flag on the play, but Lamar, already irritated, wasn't having any excuses. This friendly banter, though with a hint of seriousness, reveals the level of accountability within the team. For Lamar Jackson, every play counts, and even in moments of relaxation, he makes sure to remind his teammates that focus needs to be maintained, whether in practice or during games. The fact that he brought up a situation from the game shows his concern about the team's consistency, especially in a season where the Ravens need to avoid more missteps. Although the interaction was a joke between 2 team leaders, it reveals something bigger: Jackson's constant pursuit of perfection for himself and his teammates. And this is crucial for a team that didn't start the season as they wanted. Jackson's attitude points to leadership that doesn't settle for close wins, but seeks excellence in every detail. This mentality keeps the team united, but also adds pressure to perform better and better. Lamar Jackson made it clear that despite the win, the team needs to be more prepared and focused. His frustration with the end of the game against the Cowboys shows that he's not just satisfied with winning. He wants the Ravens to play dominantly from start to finish. This mentality of striving for perfection, even in victories, reflects his leadership. While many would celebrate and relax after a tough game, Lamar keeps his eyes on the bigger goal, ensuring the team is ready for the tougher challenges ahead. Jackson's demanding approach could be exactly what the team needs right now. With a rough start to the season, the mentality of not settling for narrow wins could make all the difference. For Lamar, it's not enough to win. The team needs to win convincingly and without leaving room for the opponent to come back, as happened against Dallas. The quarterback wants the team to show solidity, both offensively and defensively, to avoid moments of relaxation that could jeopardize future results. This focused attitude from Jackson also sends a strong message to the rest of the team. No matter how talented they are, there's always room for growth. He's the kind of leader who refuses to accept mediocrity, even in victories, and that could be the factor that elevates the team to another level. But this isn't just about playing better. It's about ensuring that the mistakes made against the Cowboys serve as lessons for the upcoming games. And this lesson is especially important as the team prepares for the next challenges. Lamar Jackson's reaction after the win against the Cowboys speaks volumes about his mentality as a leader. Even with the victory secured, he wasn't satisfied with how the team finished the game, showing that he doesn't accept anything less than excellence. His frustration with Marlon Humphrey and the defense for allowing Dallas to almost tie the game was yet another example of how Jackson wants to raise the team's standards. For him, a win isn't enough if the team doesn't play at a high level from start to finish. And this type of demand may be exactly what the Ravens need to achieve consistency throughout the season. This type of attitude from Jackson can have a very positive impact on the team, especially in the toughest moments of the season. He's not just the quarterback. He's the vocal and emotional leader of the team, and his posture sets the tone for the campaign. His public call-out of Humphrey, even in a joking manner, sends a clear message to everyone. There's no room for relaxation or silly mistakes. If the Ravens want to stay competitive in a tough division like the AFC North, they'll need to follow Lamar's example and maintain focus at all times. For the Ravens, having a leader like Jackson is essential. He not only commands the team on the field, but also off it, setting a standard of excellence that inspires the other players. If this leadership continues throughout the season, it could be the difference between a mediocre campaign and a solid playoff run. But it will all depend on how the team responds to the challenges and, most importantly, how they learn from the mistakes that almost cost them the win against the Cowboys. So, Ravens fan, what do you think of Lamar Jackson's attitude toward Marlon Humphrey? It's clear that our QB is taking every detail of the season seriously and doesn't want any silly mistakes. This could be a good sign, showing he's committed to taking the team far, but it also puts a lot of pressure on the other players. Now, tell me, do you think this outburst will help the team adjust, or could it create tension in the group? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think.